Well, right before practice, Flannery and Katty, thanks for joining me here on Rams Rewind. So Coach let you break into his office to do this, huh?
Yep, yep. We have we can see all the plays over here, so we're just gonna take those and go.
You guys off to a great start this year without any seniors, but you two as two junior leaders. Just explain, what it's been like this year.
Um, it's definitely been a different kind of environment this year. We've been so used to having like upperclassmen kind of show us the ropes and like kind of get us ready for big games that we've had to play before. So this year, kind of being the older kids on the team, it's been definitely a change of pace. I think a good change of pace though, because it's allowing us to like include the younger girls and like get them ready to play and kind of step into those big roles that we've maybe had to do in the past. So yeah.
Caddy's on the left. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think that this season has been very different than the last two seasons. I think there has been a lot of there's like been a lot of like hard work that we've all like been putting in. A lot of very fast paced this season has been, and our underclassmen have been stepping up into big roles as well, like Flan said, and they've been doing a good job.
How hard is it for them to adjust right away? Is it just coming the frame, everything off the court as well? I mean, it's a lot. Your head feels it's spinning that first year.
Yeah, I think definitely for us, like what helped us was like having our upperclassmen just be so involved. And
Hmm.
like going to college is like a big step for anyone, but just jumping into like basketball, playing with kids who are like 3 years older than you, it's very different. Like college basketball and high school basketball, it's super different. And the pace itself is just like a lot faster in college.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a little bit scary when you're a freshman, but I think our girls have done a really great job like getting in there and like putting the work in. So
Caddy, would you say defensively is where college basketball changes a lot from high school?
I think in general, it's just the pace of the
Yeah.
entire game that changes offensively and defensively. It's so much quicker. And definitely defensively, you have to talk more and you have to be on top of it.
How about some of those non-conference games that you play early? I mean, that has to really help before you get into your conference because you had some, of course, tough opponents that you played.
yeah, I think honestly that helps give us a little bit of a confidence boost. We've played like Bowdoin, Smith,
Yeah.
Maine Maritime, a lot of like really tough teams. So I think getting to be able to play teams like that of that caliber kind of gives us like a little bit of a confidence boost and helps us prepare for our like league games.
Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
yeah fully agree.
Yeah, you played Babson as well. I mean, those are some really
Yeah.
Yeah,
tough schools. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
All right. So Flannery, start with you. How did you get that trip to come to Framingham State? And I don't know if the general fan understands all the recruiting that goes on even at Division 3.
Yeah, there's it all comes with like AAU games, all these tournaments and stuff like that. Reaching out to the right people. Honestly, I got pretty lucky. Just happened to stumble across Framingham State, and this ended up really being the only school that I was looking into. And I came and met the girls, and immediately was like, this is definitely where I want to be. The vibe of the school is very it's small, but like everyone around here.
Yeah.
And the campus had like what I wanted. It had it just fit where I wanted to be. So luckily, I just fell kind of right into place.
Now, do you send video to coaches, or do they come to your games in Amesbury where you were going, or like how does that
um,
work now?
I think now more people are reaching out to coaches. A
Okay.
lot of coaches, I think they communicate through Twitter a lot of the times.
Hmm.
People just saying what showcases they're going to be at. But I think when I was in high school, there was a couple of videos online. But I think coaches kind of just reach out and they end up coming to your games.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've seen high school kids tweet, "Here's
yeah,
my portfolio."
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Look at Caddy. You've come from Guilford, New Hampshire, which is an outstanding program. How did it all work for you to land at Framingham?
So I'm actually like I'm from Wakefield, Mass. And I only just like recently moved up to Guilford like 2 years ago. So I mean Framingham was in like a relatively close distance, but yeah, coach reached out to me through AAU games, and that was kind of how I ended up here.
Yeah. I think sometimes AAU gets a bad rap. I mean, it allows you to play more. I mean, I know when I was younger, I played basketball. We didn't have as many off season. They played summer league games, but now it gives a chance to play more. And especially in certain parts of the country, it helps you get a leg up on a lot of schools.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you agree with that? Or do you think, can it be too much or?
I think now AAU has turned into like a very big it's a huge thing. Like if you're looking to go play in college somewhere, like AAU is definitely like a
Yeah.
must do. We worked a tournament like last or maybe during the summer. And there was tons of college coaches just around from like sixth grade to like juniors in college. There the girls were playing and there was
Yeah.
like a ton of coaches watching. So I mean, I guess I that's where you get the exposure.
Yeah. Did you play caddy AAU?
I did, yes.
Yeah. Do you have friends still from when you played?
Yeah, they've ended up at different schools. Some of them have ended up at like Middlebury. There was one that ended up at like Bridgewater and Babson, all those schools. So it's interesting to like see like competition and all that.
Yeah.
That I played with and against.
I know you probably don't want to talk about statistics too much, but you two are having a great year. I mean, averaging double doubles. Is the rebounding more to your heart than the points? Or do you
Um,
not want to say? I'm putting you on the spot.
I mean, I think the rebounding goes farther than the points for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
If we're down there getting rebounds, we can kick it out and then someone can score.
Yeah.
So
The nitty gritty, right, Caddy? Is that
Yes.
how is this
Sorry, I just
get?
didn't. I just couldn't hear what you said.
Oh no, I just said
Sorry.
the nitty gritty of grinding out and getting rebounds. So that's a really good statistic.
Yeah, I think honestly, like I think rebounding is like one of my favorite parts of the game, just because it's like I like reading or like swimming around the girl that I'm like that's trying to box me out, and I'm like, that's my ball, and then it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, especially on the offensive end, that's a lot of fun.
And a lot of it's positioning. They even say that at NBA, you don't have to be the tallest player if you can get good positioning,
For sure.
which is, yeah, a work. And what's it like when you go in between semesters? It's good. You guys seem to have a good schedule too, where you're not off too much. But I know some schools almost shut it down for that whole month. I would imagine that would be hard.
yeah, yeah, we've been on like a very tight schedule for these past few weeks. With like we eat as a team and then go to shoot around and then you have a little bit of time to yourself. And then some of us will go in for treatment.
Sure.
And then head to dinner as a team and then go to practice. So
Big family, right, Caddy?
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
I know it can be hard. Caddy, I'll give this to you first. Being an athlete and a student, but would you say that it kind of works hand in hand? That I know it's a lot more on your plate. It can help you too because it keeps you busy, keeps you focused.
Yeah, I think there definitely is. It's a tough balance being a student and an athlete, especially depending on the classes that you're taking.
True. Yeah.
Like I feel that when I'm taking a semester with classes with labs, and even like my other teammates, like it piles on a lot more. And it's also just like time management, which is just in general a weak area for me. So like I think balancing that and just like having structure is it's definitely super important to maintain.
Now on the roster, it says you're double major. Is that or major and a minor?
Yeah, so it's a major and a minor. So I'm majoring in psych and minoring in bio.
Damn, good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's the long term? What do you think you want to do? I won't ask you long term, short term. You get
I do want to go to PA school and I want to work in dermatology.
That's great.
Thank you.
Plenary health and wellness. So what would that all detail short
um
term?
hopefully I'd say for right now, the goal is to be a health teacher. possibly in high school where I could find myself coaching.
Yeah.
For a short amount of time, I wanted to be an athletic trainer. So I don't really know. We're kind of just going with the flow, seeing where I'll end up.
You could you could be the assistant, right? I know that there's been a job been
Oh
posted.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Certainly you're learning a lot. Would you two say too, Framingham's in a great spot. I mean, it's a relatively affordable school, but you're close to Boston and close to Worcester too. So it could be good when you get out of school because there's a lot of businesses. There's a lot around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You head into Boston at all or no?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll go to like Insomnia, the cookie place,
Oh yeah.
or like sometimes there are like the Red Sox games, like
Nice.
student nights,
Karaoke.
karaoke. Yep.
Yeah.
We do karaoke. Just, yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. Like always something to do.
Yeah. What for people watching, maybe we have some seniors. What's the selling point to come to Framingham State? So this is your sales pitch.
Oh,
I think the campus is it's very small and it's very beautiful, and everything is in close proximity to one another. And it really is just like a community, like everyone knows each other.
yeah. I would definitely say, coming to Framingham, you definitely meet your group of people,
Yeah.
and it's really special to like experience this version of college together. And like you can go do kind of whatever you want because there's so many things around. And yeah, I'd say just like take advantage of like where you are
Sure.
and be with the people that you like to hang out with.
It's crazy for some people. This is smaller than their high school. Not where I grew up, but for you too, is this smaller than your high schools or?
Oh no, it's much larger than my
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It gives the same kind of vibe though, like very small school. I think that's why I really liked it here because my high school was pretty small. So
Yeah.
kind of gave me like the same vibe.
Yeah, me too.
So what's a week like for you? Is it practice every day, even with no games? You have some days off?
Sunday is our one day off of the
Sunday, yeah.
week. Mhm.
Yep.
And yeah, we do have practice every day. It usually varies. Sometimes it's at 4:30 till 6:30, and then sometimes later in the night. Which can be a little bit difficult to get through sometimes, but
Yeah.
we get through it together.
We do.
So do you sometimes practice at night to mimic a game time or just so your body's used to it, or is there no rhyme or reason?
We usually just kind of switch with the men's team, so
Gotcha.
we
Yeah.
don't want them to go late all the time. They should have
Oh,
their
okay.
as well too. So
Now the heck with them. Make them go late. Yeah. No. Well, hey, thanks a lot. Get to practice. Appreciate you doing this and success for you too down the road. I hope it goes great.
Thank you
of course,
so much.
thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.